Hello, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be looking at Surds, and this time part 3. So the content outline, we'll be learning how to add and subtract Surds. In our previous video, we learned about like and unlike Surds and also how to identify like and unlike Surds. Step for adding and subtracting Surds. The first thing first is you need to reduce each Surds to its simplest form. We already have a video on how to reduce Surds to its simplest form. You can check that out. Then the second step is to identify like Surds. We did that also. You can also check the video out. Just like identifying like terms in algebra. Then the last step is to add and subtract the like Surds, just like you add and subtract like algebra. Let's solve this first question. First thing we are going to do is reduce this Surds to its simplest form. I'm going to start with 32. 2 will divide 16, 2 will divide 8, 2 will divide 4, 2 will divide 2, and then 2 will divide 1. Grouping this in twos, I have 2 and 2. Remember, the expression is product of the grouped, then in square root, product of the ungrouped. So these will be 4 root 2. So therefore, root 32 will be reduced to 4 root 2 plus, I'm going to do the same for 98. So to understand more on reducing Surds to its simplest form, you can check our previous video on that. Then 2 will divide to give 49, 7 will divide 7, and then 7 again, 1. So I'm going to group this into 7. Remember, product of the grouped in square root ungrouped. So this is 7 root 2. As we can see, these Surds are like Surds. Do you know why they are like Surds? Check our previous video to learn about like Surds and unlike Surds. So the next thing I'm going to do, because they are like Surds, I can now add, just like you add like terms in algebra. 4 root 2 plus 7 root 2, I'm going to add the whole numbers, which is 11 root 2, because 4 plus 7 is 11. Just like when you have 4x plus 7x is equal to 11x. Just the same method of adding algebra, but this time remember, we are dealing with Surds. Therefore, our final answer is 11 root 2. So the next question, 3 root 2 minus root 8. And the first step is to reduce this Surds to its simplest form. Therefore, this one is already okay. Y8 will be 3 root 2 minus, reducing root 8 to its simplest form will be 2 root 2. So therefore, subtracting this, just like algebra, we'll have 3 minus 2, and 3 minus 2 is 1 root 2, and this can also be written as root 2. Just like in algebra, 1x can also be written as x. So therefore, our final answer is root 2. Let's move to the next question. We are asked to simplify this Surds. The first one we have is root 50 minus root 18 plus root 8 plus root 2 plus root 75. Alright, let's solve this. First thing we have to do is reduce all this to its simplest form. So I'll start from 50. Reducing 50, I have 50. 2 will divide 25. 5 will divide 5. And then 5 will divide 1. So grouping, I'll have this to be 5 root 2. Let me do the same for 18. 2 will divide 9. 3 will divide 3. 3 will divide 1. I'll group this. So this has been reduced to 3 root 2. I'll also do the same for root 8. 8. 2 will divide 4. 2 will divide 2. 2 will divide 1. And when I group, I will have 2 root 2. This one here is already in its simplest form, so there's no need to simplify further. Then 75, I have 75. 3 here is 25. 5 here is 5. And 5 divide is 1. So I'm going to group, and this will be 5 root 3. Now I've reduced all the sorts to its simplest form. I'm going to rewrite this to be 5 root 2 minus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 2 plus root 2 and then plus 5 root. Now we have reduced all this sort to its simplest form, then we'll simplify the like sort. So we're going to simplify 5 root 2 and 3 root 2 because they are like sort. So 5 minus 2 will be 2 root 2. Then 2 root 2 plus 2 root 2 will be 4 root 2 plus root 2 plus 5 root 3. Okay, so 4 root 2 plus root 2. Can you remember that x has a coefficient of 1? The same thing as any surd on its own has a coefficient of 1. For example, if we are asked to simplify 2x plus x, 2x plus x is equal 3x because this x here has a coefficient of 1, which we took out because x makes more sense to us than 1x. The same thing also applies here. 4 root 2 plus root 2 is the same thing as 4 root 2 plus 1 root 2. So therefore 4 root 2 plus root 2 is equal to 5 root 2 plus 5 root 3. Now, are we to simplify 5 root 2 and 5 root 3? No, because they are not like surd. That means the other surd has a radicand of 2, while this one has a radicand of 3. So we can't simplify it. Just that way we can simplify 2x plus y because they are not like terms. The next question, so we are going to start by reducing all the surds to its simplest form. So we'll start with 12. 2 divide 6, 2 divide 3, 3 divide 1. So when we group, this will be 2 root 3. Now 18, 2 divide 9, 3 divide 3, and 3 divide 1. So we have to group, and this will be 3 root 2. So to understand more what I'm doing and learn more about reducing sort to its simplest form, don't forget to check the video on that. Then we have 8, 2 divide 4, 2 divide 2, and 2 divide 1. So when we group, this will be 2 root 2. Now, 27, we have 3 divide 9, 3 divide 3, and 3 divide 1. So when we group, we'll have 3 root 3. Then the last one we have here is root 3. There's no need to simplify because it is already in its simplest form. So therefore, I'm going to write this to be 2 root 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2 plus 3 root 3 and then plus root 3. So I'm going to collect like sort, just like we collect like terms in algebra. So this will be 2 root 3 plus 3 root 3 plus root 3, and then I have collect like terms for this 2 plus 3 root 2 then minus 2 root 2. So I'm going to solve. This will be 2 plus 3, 5. Remember I said that when you have a surd on its own, let's say without any coefficient, or let's say without any whole number, that means it has 1. Just like when we have x standing on its own, is the same thing as 1x. If we have root 3 on its own, it's the same thing as 1 root 3. So 2 plus 3 plus 1, will give us 6 root 3, and then plus 3 minus 2 will give us plus 1 root 3 root 2, or we can say plus root 2. So this is our final answer because we can't simplify further. 6 root 3 and root 2 are not like surd because they have different radicands. We have come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Bye, and I will see you guys in the next video.